Okay, I forget which day this is. I think it's day 4. I think, I'm not sure. As you can see, I've had to perform some surgery on some of these sockets. I've had to make some. I couldn't do all of them because I'm playing with electricity. I don't really like it. Let me just turn the light on. You see, this one is okay. It's going to be a little bit recessed still, but it's not going to be anywhere near as bad. This one, the wiring inside was pretty close and compact. I didn't want to disturb it, so I will do something with the fascia of how it looks, make it not look so bad. But these ones I can just put the sheetrock straight on, just cut holes around it. This I've had to fit around with a light switch as well. I've mounted this block behind, and that pushes it out a little bit. So when the sheetrock goes on, it'll be more or less flush with the switch fascia. The same thing with this switch. This switch was a little bit more complicated, but I'm reasonably happy. Still a bit twisted, but reasonably happy with it. You can see it was not mounted very well before. It was not good. So installing this block was, ignore that. This is my attempt to try and correct it, because it was a bit twisted. It didn't quite turn out as I expected, but it's not too bad. It's all right. When I put the sheetrock on, it's going to hide all that anyway. And if I can find that bit of sheetrock, which I doubt that I can find now. My sister's been clearing up, so she may have moved it. Oh no, there it is. There it is. This is the thickness of sheetrock, and all that is sheetrock that we're lying on as a bed at the moment. So this is the thickness of the sheetrock, and that's what's going to look like. That's how much of the light is going to be showing when it's applied. So it's not going to look too. As you can see, it's a bit twisted, but my dad can live with that. I showed him. I like things to be lined up nicely. I might try and line it up a bit later, make it look a little bit cooler. But yeah, as you say, it's not anywhere near as bad as when this was mounted too deep into the, it would have been crap otherwise. So these ones should be okay. This one I didn't want to touch, again because of the wiring situation, because it was really dense. I don't want to start removing terminals and stuff, and I just couldn't be asked. And my dad and my sister weren't too happy with me doing it, so I didn't want to worry them, even though the power was off. But I don't know. When people worry about you being electrocuted and stuff, you kind of think, okay, I won't do it. This one I did manage to do. So again, it will be a little bit recessed. So if I put this on, it'll come to about there, which is fine with me. Rather than in there and having to poke around a hole trying to plug something in. This one I also did, and these ones I haven't touched at all. Again, I'll do something funky with the sheetrock. That one over there, I don't know if you can see it, that one is mounted flush. I need to remove all this stuff. And that light switch is fine. That one's been mounted properly. Right, okay. Yeah, so bit of work. I'm gonna order sheetrock tomorrow, and start cutting bits out and making it look more like a house. I can make it look a little bit more homely. I think I showed you this before. To let more light in, there was a panel here, which we just sawed out. I'm just gonna neaten up all the edges, treat the inside of this, get some wood filler, fill in all the bits and pieces, sand it all down, make it look nice and neat and stuff, and just, I'll sand off all that edge, sand off that. Yeah, because you can see why, because it just lets more light in, and it was looking a bit dark and dingy in this corner, so we can just put a couple of shelves in the middle, and yeah. One more thing, I wanted to put on some heat shield film today, and I couldn't do it. That's the heat shield stuff in the roll on the floor. That has the film on, and it does a really good job of blocking heat. It blocks about, I think it's about 70% heat, and it is very noticeable because about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when the sun's up here, these rooms get fried, which is why I've had this idea to put up with this foil insulation in the first place. And I noticed that the windows also let in an awful lot of heat. So I looked around, did some research, found this heat shield film, which has a tiny tint to it, but it blocks a lot of heat. And I treated the 2 windows in that room, the 1 window here, and left this one because it had the crack in, and because I was going to replace it. But I noticed the difference with this one compared to the others. Well, compared to that room, it's a big, huge difference. This is like standing in front of a heater when the sun's up, and you can notice the reduced amount of heat coming through those windows in the other room. So I came up and thought, well, I'm going to apply this film to this window anyway, but then I broke my Stanley knife. So, and then by the time, this is Sunday, and then by the time I went, we finished doing our jobs and we went down to the hardware store, which we've been to previously in the morning. It was closed by 2 o'clock. We just missed it by about, I don't know, half an hour or something, so I was a bit peeved, but oh well. I'll just go there tomorrow and order a sheetrock at the same time. Anyway, enough of me talking. I will see you in, I don't know, chapter 5, I guess. I forget. Later. Alright, this is what I need to try and correct. I decided I would try and correct this today because there are so this is pinned to this like this, but this whole sheet's got to come off. This whole thing. This whole thing's got to come off. I want to take it off. I could put the sheetrock over it, but I'm not going to do that. And these clips also need to come off as well, obviously. But the reason why I want to do this properly is because of this wiring situation here. Obviously, they weren't free hanging like this. They were like this attached to the clasps, But because it was done so rushed, you see that's correct. But then this is not correct, and that's how it was done. And yet, if you look closely, there are channels. You see, one channel there, another channel there, and then it just goes through here and then out onto this piece of wood. That's how I would have done it, and then to the socket. But they didn't do it like that. They did it over the top, which is just rubbish and rushed and very, very yeehaw cowboy, which I hate. I hate rush jobs. So I'm going to correct this. I'll try anyway, and I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so as I was explaining in the previous video, this is where this is what I want the wire to look like. See that? Going down through the holes, down through then that can go, that would mount here. See? So that's the plan. I could try. Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's like under it. Good luck with that.
Yeah, my drywall screws, man. I've left this, I've done everything else, well, apart from that. I think I've done everything else in here, yeah. Well, oh yeah, and that as well. This is the living room, and there's going to be a TV here, and that's why I've left these panels to the end, really, because I'm gonna. Well, I explained in the other video, but what I've got is a socket in the other room that's going to be blanked off, but I'm going to run an extension from there through the partition and have the outlets here, which is where the TV is going to get mounted. And where I'm going to mount the sockets, TV is going to hide it. Yeah, so I hate cables. If you hang a TV on the wall, you want it to look like it's hung on the wall, not like you know, stuck on the wall and then there's loads of cables hanging down underneath it. I hate that. I hate it. This is our fuse box. Not originally where I wanted it. I wanted it to go. Let's see. I wanted it to go kind of here above, but don't know if that was possible or not. You know, there might have been possible, but I did indicate on the plan that I wanted it there, but they put it here instead. So, oh well. I'm a bit pissed off with that, but. And this is where we're all sleeping at the moment. I'm just going to turn the light on for a second. No? No? I don't think Dad will notice, to be honest. Don't really see much.